Yeah. Buito Guyo on the. Ay. Yes, Buito Guyo no doing. Buito Guyo. Wayatale, DYFA Wabagari radio station, 91.7 FM. Dan Break again, Lusun Ubo. Wagile Guyon Le. Buito Guyo Penny. Around the same baby. Hopkins, Chargestone. Uganda. Dangriga, Balisi. Libertad. Those who love Balisi. Well, I want to say good night tonight again, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here on DYFA Garifuna radio station, the one and only Garifuna radio station here in the world right now. We're so proud to have it. Thanks to our listeners, thanks to our sponsors, thanks to all our viewers that keep it locked on 91.7 FM all the time. So on. Right, we'll go right up into it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a rainy weekend here in Agriga. And man, we're gearing up for a whole series of events that are coming up. I'll be joined here soon by my co-host, no other than Charlie Marr. You know, he's always here with us in flesh and in spirit. Yeah. All right? So, we will focus tonight on a few things. First, let's go over the activities of events that's going to be happening in our municipality, and we'll see what happening out there as well. But again, our topic for tonight will be the differences that we have between the Creole and the Garifuna. We call Creole Gyo, and they call us Karabe, which is a derogatory term, but we'll go into that tonight. It's going to be fully loaded, fully packed. Closed doors. We do it in an orderly fashion so we could understand each other, and so we could remind each other that regardless, we are one people and we don't want to be segregated by this color or anything else, okay? So, but before we get into the meat of the discussion, we are talking a little bit about, just going to give some events that are coming up. What is coming up? We're going to talk about the international Shaka competition. Okay, we have about 10 contestants right now, ranging from as young as 15 years old all the way up to 40 years old. So it is going to be magnificent, a big event. And of course, this morning we was on Sun Up. Thanks to those guys on Sun Up. I want to big up our friends on Sun Up for making it possible. All right. Then again, we are going to also to Hopkins Village, past tense promotions, La Sopa, one of my favorite tight pants, white pants artists. This guy is edit live and direct. We have Miss Garifuna coming up, Miss Garifuna Dangriga coming up this weekend, right at the Parish Hall. That is coming up. We also have Mayor's Cup football action. We have the gala, so come and dress up. We have tickets here tonight at the studio. So it's $100 ticket. We have Wagerale, we have Ogoro. So come and you get your ticket tonight. It's $100 for the ticket, and they're gonna feed you. You'll get drinks, you'll get to party, and you'll get to dress up. All right. So there is a lot of events coming up. We have the TV Ramos Cycling Classic. That is coming up as well. It's going to be a big one as well. All the artists, the cross-country cyclists will be in Dangriga for the TV Ramos Classic. We also have the TV Ramos tribute on the 13th of November. So keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be live at most, if not all of this event. Then we have Bolo Ruga, 18th night at Ella Habene. So much artists, so many bands, man. Super G, Reckless, Harlem Youth, QB. Everybody will be on that stage. It'll be a massive stage. All right? I got the day, I got the parade behind the truck. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, this is going to be hot. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. So come on to Griga, and then you go to Hopkins. When you finish at Hopkins, man, oh my goodness. Again, Miss Garifuna Dangra, this Friday 6:30. This Friday 6:30 p.m. Okay? And then we have the Punta Festival over in Chetoma this weekend in Super G. That one is going to be lit as well. Man, on November 14th, you have culture, you got food fest at Sacred Heart School, that's my alma mater school, you know, and there's a whole heap of event, ladies and gentlemen, a whole heap of event. And then please remember to stay tuned to our page, to our Facebook page, because then it is we put a lot of events up there every single day as they come. We put them up, so we don't hide the events from our people. We make sure, and then you have Miss Agote coming up again in that the old lady them in a Culture Vibes bar, seafood bar and grill in Hopkins Village. They will be lit as well. So please, I cannot remember all the events because we're fully loaded. We want to get into this discussion here tonight. Okay, so I want to welcome our listening audience right now on 91.7 FM DYFA Garifuna Radio Station. Keep it locked. I also want to I want to say hi to Shelma Lynch. I want to say Jerry Ramos. Shelma Lynch is from Shelma Lynch, Honduras. Shelma, good night. Happy to hear La Sopa still around. Is he from Guatemala or Honduras? He is from Honduras, Rotan. to be exact. Carla Cayetano, she's saying, Miss Garifuna Dangriga, this Friday, 6:30 p.m. All right, good. I got you, Carla. Don't worry about that. We got you, man. I got you. I got you, my friend. Don't worry about nothing. Okay, now. All right. I'm going to start it off, and then I'm Charlie Morris. So we're already about 27 past the hour. So where we going? Me eye bad. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go straight into it now. Okay, good. International Shaka competition. Be here at the legendary Carl Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, here the one. When I'm in the group that Griga, I used to hear about, you know, this Creole and this Garifuna thing. And I must say, we all experience it at one point, whether you look for a job, whether you go to school or whatever, all right? First thing first, we are all black people. And we have to face the facts in order to overcome our challenges. And it was a fact, and we used to treat each other. It still happens because it's embedded in us from generations to generation, whereby one race, they put one race against the next. And it's all about a superior and inferior thing. Once you're conscious of the situation, you will be all right. It's not as bad, like I said, as way back in the days. But I was surprised to know that in the United States, is prevalent in the United States. And you could see it in the social settings over there. They want to live there, they want to live there, one live over there. It's getting, I could see it, you know. And when we have gatherings and stuff, we have our Creole people one side and our Garifuna people one side. And then, you know, you feel comfortable amongst your people. That is okay. But we just want you to know that it happened, and we want to recognize what has happened and why we call it Gio and they call it Kerobe. I mean, it's a derogatory term, and that's all we know. And a lot of times black people tend to want to hurt each other, and when the white man know the wrong way, we still show itself. That we outnumber them, I believe, and then we still, you know, kind of have that, because we don't understand each other. So, and that's why the purpose of this show is for us to try to understand each other a little better. Because we do support each other, but we could do a lot more, and we will achieve a lot more. And I know we will feel that, especially around this time of the year. You know, around this time of the year, we have our 90th celebrations coming up in November, the whole of November. And we don't call it No Culture Day, it's Garifuna Settlement Day. It's No Culture Day. We got 365 days in a year, and we only want one. We don't fight, and we don't ask for that. And that our public and bank holidays, so just respect that. Any other culture, any other race, we don't ask for no day, we have support that too. Alright? Not because we got our day, but our day is significant, and we appreciate that. You know? There's a couple ways that we could fix this situation when it do occur. We have to face it. We have to kill each other with love. Only that is the only way we could overcome this. We have to be conscious that whenever we're saying hurtful things to each other, it causes no good. We drift farther and farther away from each other. I love all my girlfriends and I love all my girlfriend friends We are all human beings, we're all people. And I say why we should hate each other. At that time, we conscious at that time just to put us apart. Make we fight up, and then when they laugh up and they drink up and they have for their own good time when we kill up ourselves. Alright? I guess the vibes just now. But I'll hold the mic a little bit longer because then, you know, hold on, I got a leak technical or something. Somebody just back this thing out of my hand. Alright? Well, again, how are we going to deal with this? We're going to deal with this with love, ladies and gentlemen. Once they don't touch you, you're alright. Alright? And you're not going to touch nobody, Pitney. You don't do that. We're talking about Garifuna Do. Garifuna Do is always about love. It's not about putting each other. And then we talk about coming together as a people all the time. But are we making the steps? I think so. I think that Griga I love. We love everybody here. But we get under my skin sometimes and I want the states. We don't have to stop it. I had a very good experience out there the other day, and I just noticed things, right? I noticed a whole lot of things, and it seemed like that the one that women left fire in the 60s, and still they behave that kind of way. I could drop that. They behave that by the street, in the workplace, the school, they put to no way. All right? Y'all agree now? Y'all agree now? We run things, so you really have to step out a line or step out a bound for make we put you in a check. You know, when other people come in and get to know us, they know, like you hear a lot of things. And then one of the most common things, and if you want to put it on the live, to put it on the live, right? If you want to put it on the live and join the conversation, put it on the live. You hear that some of the things that you can put it what you hear, I'm gonna tell you what we hear. That we do and we old people go around saying these things. In every culture, in every race, there is good and bad, there is good and evil. But that doesn't overshadow the good that we do, how long we have survived as a people. Now we have to reshuffle and make we build ourselves, make we build each other. Build each other in our economic ways, build each other in our health, in our food, the way we take with food and things like that. We are a complete race of people and we are proud. Nothing is wrong in being proud. You look at the other races of people that we also love, the Mayane, they love themselves, they come together. I don't know how they fit in one, but they do. The Spanish people, they come together. But only us black people, we're continuously killing each other out. Black men especially, we kill each other out as our people. We need to stop that. All right. So let's go to our viewers right now, and then let's go to our viewers for a minute, and then we have Charlie Mara coming in, because I know how he do it. He will balance out the scale on everything here that we're talking about. I'm pretty much sure of that. All right, let's go to Yvonne Campbell. Good night, everybody. Good night, Yvonne. Good night. Shell Malin, she's saying, yes, sir, we are all African descendants. My maternal uncle said it was not until he came to New York that he realized that Garifuna people had more of the African culture, and that African culture should be appreciated. You're right, Shelma, but we are Africans. We are African, and we have to learn to research and get people. Now make nobody fool you that we had a shipwreck. There was no shipwreck. No shipwreck. There's no evidence of no shipwreck. The logs in England and Spain and in Mali said that we are Africans. We are traders. We are discoverers. We were smart people, and we still are smart people. So don't make nobody fool you for make you distort our culture or distort our history. All right. Let me get Charlie Mara Lee Carl right just so make we chime into this conversation, because our differences should make us stronger. All right, our differences make us stronger to identify some of our weaknesses, so we can work on them, and then we at the same time we connect through the celebrations there, through schools, through work. We could connect and be productive citizens of Belize and the world. All right. So if you experience some of these things that I'm talking about, please don't be afraid to put it on the line. All right. This is our time. This is Garifuna time. This is Belize time, and we will celebrate together. All right. Yes.
Wait to go your idea.
Wait to go your Chalmar.
Wait to go your home so agabati. Nagabi and dim namane. Nagabi, I'm listening to you. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. This thing has been going on for a long, long time. let's go back to when our people were deported from our homeland. Before I go there, I want to say thank you to Miss Lynch. I was reading one of her comments, and yes, she's right, that the colonialism was part of the problem, the British. And when our people got deported to Rattan, when they migrated from there, from Honduras, some went to Nicaragua, Colombia, Panama. Well, Colombia and Panama was later along the way. They bypassed Salvador and went straight to Barranco. From Barranco to Livingston. And then others went to British Honduras. Only to find out that they ran into the hands of the same enemies, the same white man. So this not only have anything to do with lingua, it has to do with color as well. But our ancestors and elders knew how to handle it. You see, it takes two pennies to shingle. And I believe that one of the reasons why we people did what they did, because Garinago are humble people. That's one. Secondly, they were in another country where we call today now, oh, they may gone through the back and whatnot, and they end up in the enemy's hands. They may get deported again. So they knew how to handle that. That is called self-control. They exercise that real well. And even during my time, my grandparents would say, "Ihirabaya hongo, maniba, leave them alone and don't say anything." And a majority of us live that way. They themselves found themselves trying to protect us by keeping us at home or allowed us to speak English or Creole or whatever the case may be. But then people fail to realize that even those who are or were racist, that all the children attended the same schools. So with that being said, even from the time that they landed in the shores of Belize or British Honduras, the remnants of the Creole people who didn't go back home to the West Indies, because remember, they had the African slave market and they had the West Indian slave market. So the remnants that didn't go back home, they stayed in Belize City and they found them a place and called it Ibu Town. And they talk that the Jamaican thing, where other people say Swahili and they end up they call it Creole, like the French people they do. But if we dig deep into the history of the Igbo people and the Garinagu people and the Mayans, all we do that fight among ourselves, but our people never do that. We people never do that. And even till today, we still have them, like you said, in the United States. Unfortunately, racism they are around the globe. Okay, but we're speaking about Belize. Regardless of what anybody said, back in the days, I said this before and I will say it again. Our ancestors and our elders, they were resourceful people. And they used to go by boat along the shores all the way through Cousin Point into Belize City to sell starch and mango. The stuff that they endured then when they meet people there in Belize City, they would say, Miss, you want any mango? Or Mr., you want any mango? Some of the responses were no Kerobi. And our people overlooked that because they didn't entertain that crop. What they wanted to do was make sure they sell their product and they still buy from Belize City and come along the shore again and come home. My point with that is, you could either entertain or you ignore these nonsense. And it still happened. It happened to me when I had my own club. And I'm pretty sure the person who did it to me, he's probably listening tonight. And this won't be the first time he heard it out of my mouth. Because in 2000, I think it was 2003, 2004, thereabout, when I had my club at Dangrega, and I had my band. Most people used to go on top of the roof. I had tables there and everything. And I went upstairs, I went up to the roof one night. Well, nobody knew I was there. And my ballet to tell this woman because he thought that I was going out with a woman. He said, me and you, clear skin. Huh?
Yeah.
I hope you're not going go out with that Kerobi day. And I was less than 6 feet away from him. I didn't say a damn thing. All I did, about 20 minutes later, I walk up to their table and I said, anything for drink? And he thought that I never hear what he said, and me and the man knock glass together, play music together, all of that. But you see, people, the thing about this, no? When people behave that kind of way towards each other, the aggressor always wants you to react. And then again, for we ancestors and elders reacted in a different way. About harmony show.
Yeah, again, Charlie, I want to interject a little bit. And that is the power of love that our ancestors demonstrate and pass down to us. So we recognize, we're not blind that people say all this derogatory, call us Carib, back out a hole. We're not blind, or we're not deaf, you know. We're not deaf. But you wouldn't want us to react either. We hold ourselves back. But you wouldn't want us to react, because when we react, like what happened way back in St. Vincent, when we got rid of the British, or we got rid of the French, you know, that is the power, that's the extent that we have been, and also demonstrate the type of patience that the Garinagu people have with And with love come patience and all these compassion, all these lovely things. So we want to let people know that, yes, we hear these things. We're not deaf. We see these things. We're not blind. We're not blind to any of it. But we are, in extension, we are extending our love to you. Don't behave that way.
Well, you see, I have learned along the way that when you humble yourself, you will see those who are against you. But if you react to everybody, then you give others the opportunity for jump on you too.
Yes, and you're collecting data, you're collecting information, you're doing a reconnaissance duties.
Exactly. So you know who. You can't just point your finger at everybody.
Correct.
Because everybody are not the same. So make a flip the coin on the other side. Along the way now, right there in Belize City, they end up at Gales Point, Manatee, where they met a few years ago. So now we have mixed races. And even today, that's why we call Dangrega culture capital, because of being multicultural. But then look at it the other way. If you ask me, every district in Belize are multicultural. Because some of the same ones that called us Kirabi end up with Garifuna people. And some for we people still end up, they live that Belize City right now and care for we drum and beat it there and do everything and beat it and hold it there.
You see, the one thing in culture capital, culture capital is that we demonstrate, we live our lives the way our ancestors has embedded in us on a daily basis. So
exactly,
when you want to see or when you want to see authentic living, cultural living, it's here. And it starts with love, because we entertain each and everybody. We don't segregate and we don't separate. So it's a place, culture capital is a place of love. That's why people say we gotta love. That's what culture starts with, love and our spirituality. So we should love each other. Love the Creole man. Me, I love my, I love everybody. I mean, I have a child with a Creole woman, and my son, is a part of me, and I respect that and I love it. And hey, we are all black people, and until we recognize that, until we acknowledge it, then we will know where to fight with ourselves.
Okay, so good. So I may say I want to flip the coin. So I want to flip the coin for balance the scale. And I want to start from we. Because some of us ourselves even hate for we own people.
Okay, no. You're going deep, Charlie Man. You go deep.
No, but I have to go there because I want to balance the scale.
All right. Let me chime in again. Because I don't want to lose my train of thought. I don't want to lose my train. But go ahead, Charlie.
Okay, go ahead.
Make I write my notes. Go ahead.
So, in my view, if anybody or anyone of them who think that we are the enemies say that they fight against ourselves and hate one another, what you think we do for make them people not do we think too? Because some people think that way. If you could do your own, I could do you worse. Again, Some of them, when they gone to Belize City or any other district, they end up, they adapt, for example, Creole. Then they can't eat hudut again because they get bellyache.
Oh boy, there you go,
They can't eat, they can't eat bundiga because they want to catch bellyache.
Oh, there you go, Charlie, man. There you go.
They don't know where part Gumagaro go there again. And nothing wrong with dressing up. That's fine. I mean, if you could afford it, that's fine. But when they go down there, just like they one we come from America to impress people, when they come from Belize City or Orange Walk or Corozal, anyone in the districts, they want to show you how different they are. That's fine. But you know better than me because we have this. Just look at your pigmentation. You might be light skin, eye dark as a darkest person you could think about. But again, all of it are from Africa. You see, when you don't know your history, you're lost. Because then at one time, I like me, and I mentioned it for Habaful, Sonnegan, I interfere in bad. Why? Because I want land. I want to know why for we people ain't gone through where we gone through. Because I may get part of that nonsense there, but I got quiet. Like I said, where some of my best friends, and then guys, most of them don't gone. We lived at Belize City. I used to go and assemble within Bishop Street, and we drink and go dance up and do everything together. And everything out of mood. And some of them became politicians. And when you go underneath that house paper, we used to assemble then Caribbean, and then Caribbean, and then Caribbean. Me not say one word. Why? Because I know who they, just from their conversation right there and then I know who they are. I knew who they are. And my own Garifuna man come from States one day because he not been part of the group. And when he opened the man gate, then boy me the black Garifuna people Caribbean this and Caribbean that. And he reacted and he was more far away older than me. And the man looked at me like this and he said, "Monster, you sit down and take all this, and you that Caribbean too. Everybody get quiet. You're gonna me drop one pin because for years them boy they talk this and talk that. I mean not say nothing. Why? Because the love I had in my heart for them would not allow me to argue with them. And because of that, when I got home back to Dangriga, I got and talked to an old man. And I said to him, I'm in a Belize for and leave it. And all you hear them people they say, it's all head Caribbean and this and that, and the old man looked at me and smiled. I said, when it happened in your time, I don't know if that's true, because I never follow up on it. Because to me, racism is nonsense. My oldest brother, the Englishman, born in Scotland to a black, ugly man like my pa and me. So who am I? Because who am I to say anything about anybody about racism or color? No, I'm not going to do that. I don't even know who the hell I am because then I have Cooley in my family. I got Waro, Maya. I got a piece of every race.
All right, let's go to our viewers, Charlie. Man, their fingers got tired to type here, and look like what's her name? Shelma Lynch is is very, very busy right now, and she's saying it appears that British caused the division between the Creole and the Garifuna people. However, I believe it's Oprah Winfrey who said, when you know better, you do better.
And that is true. That's why I responded that way, because I may read that same comment.
Okay, Maria Chun is saying Benaro, Tenaro. Luis Marcella, Britt Guillaume watching from Virginia, Britt Guillaume. And Shelma Lynch is saying again, we should be kind to our fellow man, because Uncle Albert Magdaleno from Ladyville highlights, he always say that his father is Garifuna, and Uncle Albert now, in these modern days, year 2000 to 2024, he helps everyone regardless of who they are. You know?
And she's right. She's right, because Albert's dad was one of my best friends from Uganda.
And
he was a policeman.
Felix Martinez is saying, I believe that people who are educated and know who they are and confident in themselves do not entertain racism. Well,
exactly. And that's what I said earlier, Felix. You can either entertain it or you ignore it. And those who are educated enough or use common sense could understand and could know that when you ignore something, the one who they throw negative darts at you, that like fire for brimstone the top of their head because they wanted you to respond and you didn't. So you're right, Felix.
Exactly. Randy Williams, good night. Good night, Kota Capital. Good night, DYFA. Way to go on, Randy. Well, Chalamar, like I said, when you were speaking earlier, I took one thing out of the entire education that you rightfully sent out there to our people and to our viewers. All right, Robert. Before I address this, what I wrote, I want to read one more for right now from Robert Rodriguez, and he's saying, East Indian, Creole, and Garinago people have endured the sting of racism. These are all black people. However, we were made to see each other differently than being black. The impact of education has allowed the decline of tradition of a culture or cultural practice or belief. That was a big one, Robert. That one fully loaded. That statement.
Yeah, it's fully loaded. But when as you grow, like I said earlier, whether you're educated or you use common sense, you know better, because you outgrow the nonsense.
Yeah.
If you ignore it,
you outgrow it, and what Felix had mentioned earlier. All right. No.
Exactly.
No. My point now, Chalimar, when you talk about, I took that we need to be ourselves. And I want to talk a little bit about this. We need to be ourselves in its entirety. When you, whatever race you are, you need to be you. You need to fight to be you in these days especially. Because there are a lot of distraction. There is a lot of temptation. There's a lot of discrimination. All these Asians, there's a lot of nations, Asian stations. But there's only one station, and that's DYFA Garifuna Radio Station. Right? Now, when you talk about a Garifuna person, I'm not going to talk about a Creole person. No, in no way, shape, or form, in any negative light, because that's not how DYFA is. What we're saying, we are talking and getting solutions to some of the discrimination that's been happening amongst each other. All right? And we feel it, both sides feel it, whichever way, but we are talking from our end and a little bit from the other end to kind of balance out the scale, like Coach Chalamar would see. When you are a Garifuna person, please, you start with yourself. You love yourself. You don't try to to harm yourself or bring down each other or be jealous of each other. When you become somebody, whichever person that may be, and when somebody say they want to become somebody, they talk about a doctor, all these professions. They call that somebody. In my eyes, everybody is somebody. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a janitor. It doesn't matter if you're a principal or a doctor. You are somebody, and you are somebody special in my eyes. I don't care what profession or what job you have. You are a human being. And that's how Garifuna think. Also, quickly, accept that your culture comes with its food. Your culture comes with its own religious practices. Your culture comes with its own language. Your culture comes with your own lifestyle, the way you carry yourself. That determines what type of person you are. When you try to alter that, you try to change that, you could cause discrimination too, because then you might feel like you're superior or you better than your own people. It happens a lot when somebody get to a big time job. All of a sudden they don't want to live the Agriga again. They find the reason they don't want to live the Agriga again is because they don't want to live amongst their people there. They start looking down on their own people. The other thing is, they don't want to go to the temple to Tabuye, but I'm supposed to look here at Tabuye. They look down on that now. Now they start sit down and talk, they sit down and do their own life and start talk bad about the temple. And these are things that try to intimidate us, intimidate your own people, and tell them you are this, you are that, all negative things about your own people. So, and some of them want to say, and lastly, I a Garifuna, but I don't go to the temple. I a Garifuna, but I don't eat them food. You're not a Garifuna, you're something else. You need to find yourself. At the moment when you're talking, you are not a Garifuna. Garifuna don't talk like that. Garifuna don't, a real Garinagu people do not look down on themselves. Look at TV Ramos, look at Eleho Beni, look at Chateaué. Huh? Look at Valencia, Ventura, Gulisi. They don't look down on them people. Look at Jerry's Valentine. Huh? Look at Ante Marta. Huh? Look at Paul Nabor and the Palacio. They don't look down on them people. So if you are a Garifuna, you are a Garifuna every day. Not only for 19th. Not only when November 1 comes, you start become a Garifuna now. You start eat up. You eat more huduk than me now. You eat more tapo than Charlie Mar. Be yourself. That's my point.
Well, sorry for rebut. I hear you repeat that a few times. Be yourself. That's one good advice, but then how you be yourself when you don't know nothing about yourself? You don't know nothing about yourself because you don't try to learn anything about yourself. To know about yourself is to know your culture, to know your tradition, to know your spirituality. And if you don't know that thing there, then you don't know yourself. You can't know yourself. You can't find yourself. You see? And we not. For me, I not lecture nobody. Whatever you want to be, that's fine. That's fine with me. Whatever floats your boat, it's fine with me. You stay on your side of the fence with your nonsense, and I want to stay on my side of the fence. Because I know who I am. But then again, as I was saying when I talked to the old man about my experience or experiences in Belize City. And I asked him, so why will me shut up? Because I did, and I get one better result. Because no argument, no fighting, no nothing. The old man looked at me and he told me,
you have patience, Charlie Mar, and that's what it takes. Our ancestors had patience. You had patience, but they cannot take your patience, not your kindness, because you're a kind man as well. but they cannot take your patience for your weakness because you come from a strong people. You come from a powerful people, and they don't want you to go to that side, but you will know when to bring that side out.
Exactly. So the old man tell me like this. He says, son, now a good question. You don't have to react to everything where anybody do to you. And you don't have to fight because somebody call you Kerobi. You know who you are. He said, he never fight because he na me boy when all these things happen. He said, but for he, grandpa and the great grandfather may fight for him. So he no need for fight no more. And he said to me like this, he said, son, we have a name for them, Mama Gyo. Amalengo no dalewa baturogunia, meaning when we talk about them, we call them Megero. So I said, yeah, I've heard that before. So what's the difference between Megero and Gyo? He said, just like who they call we Kerobi, Samina Besa Haito Balog Mego. And I thought about monkey, because that's a Mego. So for me to not understand what they say, they put the Megero Yehin. And they only spoke about Creole people that way among themselves, so that the Creole man don't understand what they say, because if they say Gyo, they know. I don't know how true it is. I never follow up on it. I should have, but I didn't, maybe because there never something where I interested in it. Knowing the fact that I grew up among Creole people, I have Creole people in my family. I have, like I said, I have a Gyon Leader Nirasa. I have a Chuli. I have a Warono. Hawaii de Miri Sigashel. So, what did you take Miri Sigashel Bonamule?
What's the thing?
Okay, so I had a little of every race other than Chinese. So how can I be prejudiced among against anybody? I can't do that. And not only that, I can't do it. We are loving people until some of these idiots came along, knowing that we are multicultural now. No harufle buhongwa la ugyo no hama. You feel me now? We are multicultural people, and then they want to, like I said earlier, they come from Belize or Joak and they place about Hayabito Band, the Panther, Mama dear Garino.
That's why I said, Chalamar. I said, economic status makes you think that you're a different person. Makes you feel
exactly.
It makes you feel like a different person, so you start treat people differently.
Exactly.
You make a material thing get your head, and you believe that you could track this earth by yourself, and you could trample people, you could abuse people. Education is a very dangerous thing when you don't know how to use it wisely, Same way as the religion. I mean, the other day I went to the, we always, time to time, we would say, about the church, especially the Catholic Church, what they have done, all the atrocities, and we're very brave to say what we have to say. And someone came back and said, but I heard him nimble say, hey, but what he doing? He always talk bad about Catholic Church. I was doing a funeral for, so there's so many deaths right now, and condolences to them, by the way, to all our, for my godfather, Mr. Nalos Rodriguez, and, I overheard it, What? And then they say, Hachura agree get it a still legality. What he do? What he do? They still do it. They still do it, you see? But again, I did not say anything because of the same thing. We heard it. We're not deaf. When he do Ina, and he always talk bad about we Catholic. Hey, if you are recruiting people, that is not a recruiting scheme. You're actually telling me, okay, you are right. You don't belong Zina. You're right. What we're doing in here is not really what God work is. That's what they said to me. You should have just opened. Oh, I'm glad he came in. I'm glad he see what we're doing. Something like I can't tell where for though. You know. But again, these are things that separates us as a people, black people. Let's forget about Garifuna for a second. Black people, we inspire each other. When you see that another black man or woman is doing something, achieve something great in their life, you should encourage that, or you should ask questions. Ma'am, sir, how you do that? How you get that? What can I do? What are the sacrifices that you make to do it? Those are the type of questions. You don't go behind the back and try plot to take away what this man or woman have. And you know, and it comes down to people too. You don't have to come down to only black, but we were talking more so of Creole people that we live amongst our those are our people. We are one people. We are one black people, no matter how you put it. Whichever way we came here, we are here now, and we have to continue to learn to live with each other, learn to fellowship with each other, learn to do business with each other so we can grow our communities.
Okay, so, all right, I like that. But I'm going to give you one lead part of history for a moment. 1940, the late, great Honorable T.V. Ramos confronted the same colonial governor for make the 19th of November be one public and bank holiday in 1940. 1941, Englishman say, yeah man, no problem. 19th of November. Then in 1943, or 1941, the 19th of November started in Dangriga. And in 1943, it started in Toledo. In 1977, the entire country celebrated the 19th of November as a public and bank holiday. The same one who made do we think for to divide and conquer agreed with the same man from Honduras who became our leader for fight for we. And even though the 19th of November is being celebrated throughout the entire country, when it comes to 19th of November, everybody come from every district for Kona Dangriga and PG. And they see the love. Last year, no crime may happen that Dangriga or PG that I know about. So we as a people, we come up from the south, where I call it the forgotten south. We come with pure love, but some of them adapt nonsense and become haters for their own people. I decided so that they could learn, that they could understand that while they behave that way, the same enemy for we ancestors and who we ancestors may fight against and run away from and do all this stuff, they still bow down to the late great TV Ramos, Mr. Hernandez, and Mr. Ventura. Three men. And we there now. A lot of people here, including myself, I'll be the first one to say it because, like I said, I had a plain English and bad manners. When I never say NGC, they do nothing, I talked about it. And I shut my mouth, I drink my water, and I mind my own business, make them do their own thing. Because I know with time, things may have changed. And right about now, things have changed. And once we continue that same route, with the love that was bestowed upon us, we only could get better. And then we don't have this kind of conversation no more.
Yeah, with that note,
unfortunately, go ahead.
Yes, I have a meeting in progress right now. We talk about NGC. I have an NGC meeting for these celebrations here. I have a Google Meet. So you could just take your time and just whenever you're ready, you could close because my thoughts are with love for our Creole and Garifuna people. You know, Abba East and home soon Griggy Chalamar. You know, and that's my message with that, you know, and you know, we'll kill everybody with love. I love the Creole people because they are our people.
Yes, and then too, let me close with this. We have gone a long way, and we have we come together as one people. That's why we have these interracial marriages and relationships and whatnot. We need to teach our children, because if you're the Creole and your wife or your lady that Garifuna, you will affect your picnic if you not deal with love. You start from home with that. If only think for a moment that we have problem now, and we continue with this nonsense, we will have a lot more dysfunctional children out there, and that we don't need. My point to you all, we don't have some job to fix it. Because I'm telling you right now, if anyone who no go, they go call anybody, Megero, in a negative way or go in a negative way, you might just cost your own picnic or your grand picnic. Stop it. Love is the only answer. Love. Because we are loving people. We are loving people. All the things where they happen right now with them, Garifuna, or for we Garina go artists there and whatnot and what. My sister do to me a cut out for. Terencha to me. So at least we know that we're intermingling with each other now. So you who did bash for you all, you don't know yourself, but find yourself. So with that, I want to say good night to everyone. Abba Iseni, one love.
Yes.
My brother.
Thank you very much. Soon, Griggy. Soon. Ceremony about Chalamar. Long soon about the.
What the mega number?
Soon about the Gay the way I done here. Ubo. Don't take it to Garda. Yalong the Gagamo 91.7 FM DYFA Wabagari radio station. I mean, your input, your thoughts, your knowledge, your experience have made this station what it is today. You are a balancer. You keep the scale on a balanced scheme and keep it level. And again, from Yolanda Mariano, she's saying, love everybody. We are all created by God. You know, so.
Amen.
I must say again, everybody be safe. This is a deadly month. A lot of our people are losing their lives all kind of ways. By accident, by sickness, by drowning, by a whole heap of things. Always pray, friggy. We don't know what's happening, but I last count of our people, men, women, and children, that they go left, right, and center. Let's close off this month. Let's move forward again with love for our people. You know, I am, I'm just satisfied with everything tonight, and I believe that we will go enter into this celebration with a big bang. Again, Chalamar, we to go yo, we to go home soon.
Where to go, Ayo?
Ayo.
Where to go home soon, Ayo?